Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to solve actually few past year paper problems. So that is related to binomial expansion, and I picked up some different kind of problems so that you can understand and can solve any problems which actually comes to your final exam. So let's get started here, and here we have the first problem from May-June 2022, paper 31, where it is said that expand this binomial function in ascending power of x up to and including the term in x to the power 4. So that means our expansion must contain x to the power 4, and that is the finished term. Okay. So what to do that one? So as I said that we must bring whatever you have, the term, we must bring it to 1 plus x to the power n. This is our usual format to do the binomial expansion. All right. So here we have, we can write this one, 2 minus x squared to the power negative 2. And this is not in 1 plus x format, so we need to make it first to 1 plus x. So here we can take 2 outside common, and then we can write 1 minus x squared by 2, and then whole to the power negative 2. Or we can write 2 to the power negative 2, and inside we can write 1 plus minus x squared by 2, okay, and then to the power negative 2. So now inside we have, look at this one, this part is 1 plus x format. So now we can expand this one. So now we have to expand this form, this one we can expand now. Alright, so anytime you have this situation, you have to bring 1 plus x inside the term, otherwise you cannot solve it. So now we can write 1 plus minus x squared by 2 whole to the power minus 2 equals to 1 plus nx, n is negative 2, that means your power is n. So 1 plus minus 2 x is minus x squared by 2, that is your x now, okay, plus n into n minus 1 divided by factorial 2 times x squared. So that is minus x squared by 2 whole square. Okay, then we do not need to do anything because we have to do until x to the power 4. Look at this one. And here in our equation, x squared to the power is x squared whole square. That means this will give you x to the power 4 value here. So we do not need to expand further. So when you solve the problem, be careful about that what is your maximum limit to go. Otherwise, the expansion will be very big and your calculation will be more complex. So we do not need to go further if we do not need that. Now, just simplify this one. So what we can write here, 1. Then if you do this one, this will be plus x square. And then we will have plus, here is minus 2 minus 1 is minus 3 times minus 2 is 6. So this will be 6 by factorial 2 is 2. And here this will be your x to the power 4 by 4. Then we can write further 1 plus x square plus 2 and 6 becomes 3. So this will be 3 by 4 x to the power 4. Okay. Now we can write, now we can write 2 minus x square to the power negative 2 equals to, look at, we have 2 to the power negative 2 here. So we can write 2 to the power negative 2, that means 1 by 4 times 1 plus x square plus 3 by 4 x to the power 4. So our final answer would be 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4x square plus 3 by 16 x to the power 4. Alright, so this is our final answer. Now look at the part B. The part B said, this one, the part B said, state the set of values of x for which the expansion is valid. So we need to find what is the set of value of x for those the expansion is valid. So the question is, according to this situation, what we know is, okay, 1 plus x to the power n, this expansion 1 plus x to the power n, the expansion is valid when mod of x, this is the modulus of x, is less than 1. Okay, this is the theory and this is the rules for this one. So this is the rules. 1 plus x to the power n, the expansion is valid when modulus of x is less than 1. So let us see what is our 1 plus x situation. So here already we know what is our 1 plus x. In this case, our 1 plus x is this one. Okay, this is 1 plus x format. So we can write 1 plus minus x square by 2 to the power minus 2. This one would be valid, is valid when mod of x, that means in our case our x value will be minus x square by 2, mod of this one should be less than 1. So whatever value you have here, that value should be less than your 1 value. That is the thing. Okay. So now modulus of x, in case of modulus, the value is always positive. So rather we can write this one as x square by 2 is less than 1, or we can write mod of x square is less than 2. Okay, 2 times 1, 2, or x mod of x is less than root over 2. So that is the answer. Okay, so this is just a 1 mark question, very simple. Whatever you have 1 plus x inside, bring that x and make it less than 1, you can get your x value from there. So that's all about this problem. So here in this problem, we can see that this is from May-June 2023, paper 31, and the problem is very straightforward. What is said that find the coefficient of x cube in the binomial expansion of 3 plus x root 1 plus 4x. So what you can write here is 3 plus x into root over 1 plus 4x. That equals to, you can write 3 plus x into 1 plus 4x to the power 1 by 2. So first 3 plus x we do not have to do anything because this one is actually our expansion part. So this will be our expansion part. So we can write 1 plus 4x to the power 1 by 2 equals to 1 plus nx, so that is half into 4x, plus n into n minus 1, that is half minus 1, divided by factorial 2 into x squared, that is 4x square, plus n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 divided by factorial 3 into x cube, so 4x cube. And that's it. We do not need to go further because the question says coefficient of x cube. Look at here. So we do not need to expand it more. We can finish it here. So now if we simplify this one, what we can write is 1 plus 2x plus This one we can write 1 by 2, 1 by 2 minus half, 1 by 2 minus 1 is minus 1 by 2, so that is minus 1 by 4, and factorial 2 is again 2, so that will be your minus 1 by 8, and this will be our 16 x square plus, we can write here is 1 by 2, and here is 1 by 2 minus 1 is minus 1 by 2, and here is 1 by 2 minus 2 is minus 3 by 2. So this will be minus 3 by 2, minus 1 by 2, and 1 by 2. So we can write this way, 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2, and this will be minus 3 by 2. Factorial 3 means 6. You can find it in your calculator, and then this will be 64 x cube. We can simplify 1 plus 2x minus, now this will be 2x square plus, we will have minus minus plus, so this will be plus, we can write 3 by 48, 3 by 48 times 64x cube. So finally this will come as 1 plus 2x minus 2x square, and if we calculate this one, 3 times 16 is 48, and 64 is 4, so this one 64 is 4, so we can write plus 4x cube. Okay, now finally we can write now 3 plus x root over 1 plus 4x equals to, we can write 3 plus x into root over 1 plus 4x is actually 1 plus 2x minus 2x squared plus 4x cube. So now you can multiply and you can simplify later. So what we can do here is 3 times 1 is 3 plus 6x minus 6x square plus 12x cube plus x plus 2x square minus 2x cube plus 4x to the power 4. If we simplify this one, we can write 3 6x, so here we have 6x x, so we can write this one plus 7x plus 7x. Now we have 6x squared, 2x squared, so we can write minus 4x squared. Then we have 12x cube and 2x cube, so this will be our plus 10x cube plus 4x to the power 4. So the question says, look at the question, find the coefficient of x cube. So find the coefficient of x cube, this one. Okay, coefficient of x cube. So what we can write here, the coefficient of x cube is this one, 10. So we can write the answer. We can write our answer is 10. This problem is very straightforward from October-November 2024, paper 31. As it is saying that expand 9 minus 3x to the power half until the term in x square. So we can start this one, 9 minus 3x, 9 minus 3x to the power 1 by 2. And then we need to make it 1 plus x format. So we can write 9. And inside 1 minus 3x by 9 whole to the power 1 by 2. Or here we can write 9 to the power 1 by 2, and then 1 plus 3 by 9 is 3. We can write negative x by 3, okay, and whole to the power 1 by 2. So here it will come like 3, 1 plus minus x by 3 to the power 1 by 2. Now this part we need to expand. This part need to expand because this is 1 plus x format. So we can expand this part, which is 1, we can write 1 plus minus x by 3 whole to the power 1 by 2 equals to 1 plus nx, which is half minus x by 3 plus n minus 1 by factorial 2 into x square, which is minus x by 3 whole square. And that's it. We do not need to go further because our target is to complete until the term in x square, this one in x square. So we can simplify this part. We can now simplify and we can write 1 minus x by 6, and then we will have minus, here you can get 1 by 8, okay, 1 by 8 minus 1 by 8, you can write plus minus 1 by 8 times x square by 9. So this simplification will be 1 minus x by 6 minus x square by 72. So the final answer, because we have to go for, there is another 3 there. So now this 3 we need to multiply because we just expand the next part. So now we can write 9 minus 3x to the power 1 by 2, that equals to 3 times 1 minus x by 6 minus x square by 72. So finally we can write 3 minus x by 2 minus x square by 24. So that is the answer for this expansion. Here we have another similar type of problem. Expand this value, this one, in power of x and until the term of x square. So let's start. We can write 3 plus x into 1 minus 2x to the power 1 by 2. So here this will be our expansion. This is our expanded form. Expansion will be here because we have the power of 1 by 2 is here. So first we do the expansion. So what we can write here is 1 minus 2x to the power 1 by 2, or we can simply write this one as 1 plus minus 2x to the power 1 by 2 equals to 1 plus nx, so nx minus 2x plus n minus 1 factorial 2 minus 2x square, and we have to do until the square, so we do not need to go further, we can finish it here. So if we simplify 1, this will be minus x, we can write 1 minus x, and then this will be plus 1 by 2 minus 1 is minus half, this one will be minus 1 by 8 and 2x squared, so this will be 4x square. So finally we will have 1 minus x minus x square by 2. X square by 2. So now we have 3 plus x, 3 plus x into 1 minus 2x to the power half. That will be 3 plus x is there, and this expansion is 1 minus x square by 2. Instead of this expansion, we can write this one, and now we can simplify. That is 3 minus 3x minus 3x square by 2 plus x minus x square minus x cube by 2. So further we can write 3 minus 2x and x is minus 2x minus 3x and x is minus 2x minus 3x square by 2 and minus x square, so that will be minus 5x square by 2, and then we have minus x cube by 2. So the final answer will be 3 minus 2x minus 5 by 2 x square, because we have to expand until x square. So that is the answer for the final part. Here we can see one more problem, that is from October-November 2022, paper 31. This is a combination of partial fraction and binomial expansion. So the first part would be the partial fraction, and then from that partial fraction we have to do the binomial expansion. This is a very common type situation for your exam. I mean, in most of the cases of your exam, you can see this type of problem. So let's start the first part. Already you know how to do the partial fraction. So here we have the partial fraction case, that is we have 2x square plus 7x plus 8, and then we will have 1 plus x, 2 plus x square, and as partial fraction we need to first check the proper or improper. So this is maximum power of x is 2 here, and maximum power of x in your denominator would be 3. So this is 2 by 3 case, which is proper fraction. And also you can see the denominator. So in the denominator, one factor is x square. That means this is a repeated form. We need to put repeated form. So in partial fraction formula, when we start writing, this will be equivalent to a by 1 plus x plus b by 2 plus x plus c by 2 plus x square. So this is the partial fraction, I mean repeated form formula you need to apply, and then we have to find out 2x square plus 7x plus 8 by 1 plus x 2 plus x square is identical to 1 plus x into 2 plus x square. So we can write a times 2 plus x square plus b times 1 plus x 2 plus x plus c times 1 plus x. Or finally, we can more simplify this one, as both side denominator is same, so both denominator goes off, and then we can write here is 2x square plus 7x plus 8 is identical to a 2 plus x whole square plus b 1 plus x into 2 plus x plus c 1 plus x. Now we need to take 1 by 1 factor into 0, and then we can get our a, b, c value. That is our target. Okay. So let's start with first 1 plus x, this term 1 plus x equals to 0 because 1 plus x is here with c and with b. So we can write 1 plus x equals to 0 or x equals to minus 1, and then we can put this one 2 minus 1 squared plus 7 times minus 1 plus 8 equals to a 2 plus minus 1 whole square plus b times 0 plus c times 0. So from here, if we calculate, we can get our a value, that is, this is 2 times this one. So 2, here we can get 2 minus 7 plus 8 equals to 2 minus 1 is 1. So 1 square is a. So from here, we can get our a result is 10. Sorry, a result is 3. So this is our a value. Now the second factor, we can choose the second factor, and the second factor is, let's take 2 plus x, 2 plus x in both sides a and b. So we can write 2 plus x equals to 0. So here for our second factor, we can write our 2 plus x equals to 0 or x equals to minus 2. Then put this value in the main equation, put this value in our main equation. We can get 2 minus 2 squared plus 7 times minus 2 plus 8 equals to a times 0 plus b times 0 plus c 1 plus minus 2. So if we calculate from here, what we can get, that is 4 and 2, that is 8, and here it will be minus 14 plus 8 equals to a and b is 0. So we can write c minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1, so that is minus c. Or finally, if we calculate, c would be here we have 8 and 8 16 minus 14, so that will be minus 2. So our c value is minus 2. Now for third value, the b value, as this is a repeated function, so we know for repeated we need to take a new term. So take a new term, or the value is x equals to 0, and put this x equals to 0 value to the main equation again. So what we can write here is 2 0 plus 7 into 0 plus 8 equals to a 2 plus 0 whole square plus b 1 plus 0 2 plus 0 plus c 1 plus 0. So from here we can write 8 equals to, we will have 4a, and then we will have 2b plus 2b, and then we will have c, that is plus c. Now put your a and c value, because you already know a is 3 and c is minus 2. So write 8 4 times 3 plus 2b plus minus 2. So if we calculate from here, we can find our b result. So this will be 8 equals to 12 plus 2b minus 2. So that is 10, 8. So 2b is minus 2. So if you calculate from here, you can get your b result would be minus 1, negative 1. So b is negative 1, a is 3, c is negative 2. So finally we can get our partial fraction value, which is 2x square. So finally we have our partial fraction, which is 2x square plus 7x plus 8 divided by 1 plus x and 2 plus x square is identical to a is 3, so it will be 3 by 1 plus x. Then b is minus 1, so minus 1 by 2 plus x, and c is minus 2, so this will be minus 2 by 2 plus x whole square. So this is the first part of partial fraction that we got from here. Now the second part of the question says, look at the second part. I can copy the second part actually. So let's bring the second part here, copy it and write it here. So in second part, part B, it is said that hence obtain the expansion of function of x in ascending power of x up to and including the term in x square. That is also a 5 marks question. So this is very important, right? So first, once we finish our expansion, now we need to use the binomial expansion. I mean, first we finish our partial fraction. Now use that partial fraction and do the binomial expansion. So what we have in our partial fraction, you can see that we have 3 by 1 plus x. We have this result. And from here, now we can write this result for binomial expansion. So we can modify little bit this one. So we have 3 by 1 plus x minus 1 by 2 plus x minus 2 by 2 plus x whole square. That equals to, we can write 3 times 1 plus x to the power minus 1 minus 2 times 2 plus x to the power minus 1 minus, sorry, this is 1, this is not 2. So here this is 1. So this is 1, 2 plus x to the power minus 1, and then the final one is minus 2, 2 plus x to the power negative 2. So we can write it like this. So this should be in 1 plus x to the power n format. So let's go one by one working. So first we can take this part. So in this part we have 1 plus x to the power negative 1. So we can write 1 plus x, we can write 1 plus x to the power negative 1, that equals to 1 plus nx, so that is minus 1 into x, plus n minus 1 by factorial 2 into x square. So that x square is this one, and up to the x square terms, the question says up to the x square terms, so we do not need anything further than this. So from here we can simplify now. 1 minus x, then we will have minus 1 is minus 2, and minus 2 and minus 1 is 2, so 2 by 2, so we can write plus 2 by 2 x square, or finally this would be 1 minus x plus x square. Okay, keep it like this. Next one, our next target is 2 plus x, this one. Okay, so 2 plus x to the power minus 1. So here we can write this one, 2 plus x. So 2 plus x to the power negative 1. And then we need to modify this part. So we can write 2 into 1 plus x by 2 and whole to the power negative 1. Then we can write this one is 2 to the power negative 1 and 1 plus x by 2 to the power negative 1. So 2 to the power negative 1 is actually 1 by 2, and inside we have 1 plus x by 2, this part. So this part is 1 plus x to the power negative 1. So we can expand it as a binomial expansion. So what we can write here is 1 plus nx. So plus n is minus 1, x is x by 2, plus n into n minus 1 by factorial 2 into x by 2 whole square. So from here we can simplify this one is 1 by 2 into 1 minus x by 2, and then we will have here in your numerator will be positive 2, 2 by 2. So here again we will have 2 plus 2 by 2, factorial 2 is 2, into x square by 4. So your this condition will be 1 by 2. This will be 1 by 2 minus x by 4 plus this 2 and 2 will be cancelled out. This will be plus x square by 8. Now we have our third expansion, which is this one, this third one, 2 plus x to the power negative 2. So let's start this one. So our third expansion, 2 plus x to the power negative 2. Again we need to change this one to 1 plus x by 2 whole to the power negative 2. So this will be 2 to the power negative 2 into 1 plus x by 2 to the power negative 2. Or we can write this one as 2 to the power negative 2 means 1 by 4. And inside the expansion we can write 1 plus nx, that is minus 2 into x by 2 plus n minus 1 divided by factorial 2 into x by 2 whole square. So from here we can write 1 by 4 into 1, 2 and 2 cancel, this will be 1 minus x plus this will be minus 2 and minus 1 is minus 3 times minus 2 is 6. So this will be 6 by factorial 2 is 2, and here is x square by 4. So from here we can write 1 by 4, 1 minus x, and then 6 by 2 is 3, and here we have 4, so here you can write 3 by 4 x squared. Alright, or here finally we can write 1 by 4 minus x by 4, and then we will have plus 3 by 16 x squared. Now the question says, we have all these three expansion. Look back the question. Obtain the expansion of function of x. Obtain the expansion of function of x up to x square. So, and we have the equation like this. We have the whole equation is this one. So what we need to do? Just put the values of your expansion here and simplify. So now we have we can write 3 into 1 plus x to the power negative 1 minus 2 plus x to the power negative 1 minus 2 into 2 plus x to the power negative 2. That equals to, we can write here is 3 times, what is 1 plus x? we already know our 1 plus x is this one. This value is 1 plus x here. 1 minus x plus x square. So we can write 1 minus x plus x square minus 2 plus x to the power negative 1. Already we know the value. 2 plus x to the power negative 1 value is this one. So we can write 2 plus x to the power negative 1 value is minus, then here is 1 by 2 minus x by 4 plus x square by 8, and then minus we have 2 into, so write 2 into 2 plus x. So 2 plus x expansion already we know. This is our 2 plus x expansion. This is the 2 plus x expansion. So put the value here. 2 into, we can write 1 by 4 minus x by 4 plus 3 by 16 x square. Now you just need to simplify. So if we simplify, we can get this one, 3 minus 3x plus 3x square minus 1 by 2 plus x by 4 minus x square by 8 minus 1 by 2 plus x by 2 minus 3 by 8 x square. Or finally, if you calculate all these three, your result will be, if you can just add this one. So here we have 3 minus up, okay, and minus up, this one, minus up and minus up is minus 1 and 3, so that will be 2. So here you can get 2. Then if you can take this one like 3x, this is minus 3x, and we have x by 4 and x by 2. So if you can calculate this one, you can get minus 9 by 4x, and then we will have x square. So this one, if you take 3x square minus x square by 8 and 3 by 8 x square, it will give you the result of plus 5 by 2 x square. So this is your final value. So remember, this type of problem will be little longer, but as you know the steps, you need to follow the steps. And look at this, is very important because it's a 5 marks questions. One is 5 for your partial fraction and 5 for the binomial expansion. So total 10 marks questions. So this is a very important one, and of course it is a little bit long question to solve, but the thing is, this is very easy, and if you know the steps, you can just follow the steps and you can solve it. So thank you very much for watching this video.